Welcome back to another episode of The Average Uninformed. No topic this week, so we're just going to, as Josh would say, shoot the shoot. Enjoy!
I don't know if I like this beer. I
No?
don't hate it. It's not as bad as last week where it's just ugh.
Did you get the name of it?
What was it? Was it Bark?
No, it is from New Holland Brewing. It's Dragon's Milk, bourbon barrel aged stout.
It does taste like a barrel.
Yeah, good. Oh wow, that's different.
Kind of has like a wood taste, right?
Yeah, it's very strong actually. What's the percentage on this thing? 11%. Rich, roasty, and creamy with heavy notes of vanilla and just enough familiar warmth from oak barrels.
Yep. That's
Pretty accurate. It goes well with red meats, smoked foods, balsamic, rich cheese, and dark chocolate. Oh, so I bought some dark chocolate milk for the first time this year.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Cool.
it is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I had like half a glass yesterday and couldn't finish it.
Is it too rich?
Yeah. It's too rich, or I'm just getting old and I can't
You
can't
just
handle
have
it
that much
anymore.
sugar anymore. Yeah, that's the same way. Caitlin always buys semi-sweet chocolate chips, and when we were growing up, it was always like a snack that we'd have. We'd just have a spoonful of peanut butter and chocolate chips. But we always had milk chocolate chips growing up, and so the semi-sweet ones. By the time you're done, the spoonful, you're like, oh, I just feel gross. There's too much.
I wish I could still enjoy it. I don't know what's happening. I can't eat just like a bag of Skittles anymore. I have to cut it up into like 2 portions.
You're getting old.
Yeah, apparently. Which is probably a good thing because I'm getting a bit of a gut. So cutting down the sugar might help with it too.
Yeah, probably. But guts are fine.
Yeah.
I like guts.
Yeah, I mean, but then you combo it with like this is probably the worst I've been dressed for a long time.
Yeah, you look like garbage.
Yeah. Well, there's like a ketchup stain from my plate of chicken strips and popcorn chicken. I ran out of food, and that was all I had left.
So you ate your shirt?
Also, I found out these pajama pants I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I had them when I was in grade 8. I was like, oh, they still fit me. That's kind of nice.
So you haven't grown up since grade 8?
Yeah, apparently not.
No, I have a t-shirt that I still wear from grade 8.
But the weird thing is, I noticed it when I dug it out like a couple of weeks ago. They don't have pockets. So I was like, I mean, they look like guys' pants, but are they women's? Because they were a gift, and it checked on the tag. It's an extra large.
Oh.
So I'm wearing a child's pajama pants.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
And
saw
they're a
that.
little big on you too. Looks
No,
like
they're
it.
not.
Yeah, I had that happen once. I used to work for a camping program, and every year we always bought uniforms. So it all depended on who was in charge of what you got, but so it was always a t-shirt, but sometimes you get like a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something like that. And I remember there was one year where a guy bought sweatpants, and then we got them, and they're all girl sweatpants. So everyone's butt looked fabulous that summer. But
You still have yours, right?
those pants, I might. I don't know.
I expect to see those next time.
I'll wear them. Speaking of guts, I read this story today. I thought it was kind of funny. There was this guy in California who had this great giant beer belly, but he never drank beer.
Yeah.
And he would exercise all the time, and he would never lose his belly, but his arms would get thinner and stuff like that.
He's pregnant.
Well, no. He was like, I don't understand. I just keep exercising. It doesn't go away. Someone was touching his belly, and it was rock hard. And they're like, go to the doctor. So he went to the doctor. He had a 77-pound tumor in his belly.
Yep, that makes sense. What? How does it get that big?
Well, that was the thing. He's just I just thought I was fat.
Rock hard fat.
Yeah, and the news article kind of went into the specific type of cancer he had, and it was just all that you get with it is abdominal pain and maybe some back pain and stuff. If it's mild, And so he was just like, yeah, well, it's because of my giant belly. Like, I
Yeah.
just have back pain because I'm fat. Like,
Yeah, that would have been my first guess.
exactly, right? And then so anyway,
How many people you think went to the doctors after seeing that article, hoping for a
just
tumor?
hoping that it's just like, I'm not fat. It's a tumor. And
It's not the tumor.
And the doctor's
Not
just
the
like,
tumor
it's
at
not
all.
a tumor. No, it's just fat.
It gets to the point where, like the larger hospitals, they do an announcement every hour. If you hear about a tumor being fat, it likely isn't. Please go home.
Yeah, I wonder how many hypochondriacs doctors deal with every day.
That's weird, eh? Like
Yeah.
did that article say how long that tumor was in there for?
I don't know, but I imagine it's like it had to grow to that size, right? So
Yeah. Just popped
I don't
out
think that
overnight.
happens over a few weeks. So it's probably years he had it.
That's crazy.
Luckily, it was not one of the spreading cancer.
Yep, now it spreads to your ass. Now you have a fat ass.
You have the diaper butt.
Oh, is it just in one cheek? Or is it in both? Oh, right in the center? You lose your butt crack. That's the thing,
man.
right?
That would be. I don't know. Would I miss my butt crack? I don't know.
It'd be easier to wipe.
Maybe.
It should be.
But then, like,
But the issue is it getting on the cheeks and then rubbing against itself.
I guess so. I don't know. Would you miss your crack?
Purely to have no questions asked whenever people see my butt, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would look weird.
Yeah, of course it'd look weird.
Like, because you just have a hump in the middle.
It'd be like wearing a skin diaper.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel because I have a very long crack. Like anytime I'm slightly turned at the waist, you could see my butt crack out of my pants. So it's because it stops somewhere between my shoulder blades.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So it's fused with your spine.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. I don't know if I'd miss it or not. But I wouldn't want to have a tumor so I wouldn't have it.
But wait, this is probably diving a little bit too far. If you have, I'm assuming you don't have a butt crack because the tumor has pushed the skin out.
Yeah.
So does that mean your anus is like round the surface too?
Yeah, that's what I would
So
think.
You're constantly scratching your asshole when you're walking around.
Would that
Would
that
be
feel
right against
really good or really bad?
probably really good for a while, and then after like 2 blocks, it's like it's chafing.
It's raw. Oh man!
All right, moving on.
This week there was a fire at my building.
Were you cooking again?
No, it's actually, you know how my apartment building there's 2 buildings.
Yeah.
It was in the other building.
Of course.
So I was unaffected by it, but this girl, she left and she must have left something on, and so she set fire to her apartment, and
Like how bad was it?
windows were blown out.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
And well, not blown out. I think they just cracked and shattered and stuff.
Was there like flames shooting out of it?
I couldn't see because she was on the other side of the building.
Oh, okay.
But our buildings are old, so we get a lot of false alarms. And so I just expected that. And the firemen show up and it was like, guys, it's a false alarm or whatever. But then they're pulling out the hoses and stuff. I was like, oh, it's actually
right.
a real fire. And they were pulling out debris and stuff like that. And they just left it on the lawn. And the next day, you know how in my apartment building, there's some of the apartments are half in the basement. So their windows are on the ground level. So the lady who lived in one of those apartments the next morning was shoveling all the debris. And I was like, that's really sweet. There's our apartment community is kind of coming together. People are taking care of each other. And then I went to another window. She was just moving it. She just didn't want it in front of her window anymore. And
Well,
so I was
fair.
like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
Have you seen the state of that apartment?
No. Yeah, it was all through. It was her kitchen window was blown out. Her bedroom window was blown out. So, and that was another thing too, is the super went in with the people who own the building, and they went in and put boards up for her, over the windows. And I was like, oh, that was nice. Because the next day it was snowing. And I was like, that's nice that they'll do that. And they left all of her lights on. So I was like,
You gotta balance out the niceness, right?
yeah, we bought these boards, but you're going to pay for it through the hydro.
Yeah. So wait, I wonder, what's Like, what's gonna happen to that? Like, because I'm assuming if the windows were blown out, there's a lot of damage to that.
Yeah, and there was like stuff, like the stuff that was out there, like it was just ruined. It was just like they just threw it out. Like there was no point in salvaging it. So I imagine that's the last I see of her. Like I think she'll be moving, and they'll have to clean that apartment out and stuff. But
Just eject her out onto the streets.
yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah, which is too bad because I don't know what I'd do if that happened to me. Like I mean, obviously I'd find another apartment, but like those are nice cheap apartments, so I don't know if I'd
Actually, that's funny you mentioned that. Well, I'm renewing my apartment insurance soon, renter's insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my buddy, and we were saying like, oh, well, like how much insurance do we have? Like just like how much do we have? You think? But I remember the number was like, it was enough that we could easily replace all our stuff.
Oh, really? That's good.
So I was like, if my place burnt down, like just
Not
overnight,
the worst thing.
I'd be okay with it because I'm constantly fighting with throwing things out
Mm-hmm.
and finding storage for places or for things that I want to keep. But if I just lost everything, easy. I'll just buy exactly what I need.
Be nice to start over. But
Yeah.
there's some things though that I think I would miss that I definitely don't use, but I would miss. Like there's like old sketchbooks from like when you're a kid and stuff like that. And,
I don't think I have any of my old sketchbooks.
no,
No.
I have an old book that I wrote and illustrated in grade 2.
Whoa.
It's laminated though.
So it just melt.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I used to draw on like just loose sheets.
Yeah,
and it
me
would get
too.
thrown out.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of stuff like that, but like, and now, and because at the time you're just kind of like, well, I don't need this. It's a crappy drawing, and I'll throw it out or whatever. And now that I'm older, I'm just like, man, I wish I kept some of that stuff. Like, it'd be cool to like look back at how crappy I was or how good I was for the age I was.
Oh, if I lost all my crap, I would probably only replace like maybe a third of that stuff. But buy a third of the stuff, and then it's like, because they just give you the money, right? Pretty sure it's like you have to.
I mean, you have to prove that it was destroyed,
Yeah.
but like, yeah,
It's like most of the stuff, like most of the important stuff I have, like my computer, my camera, and like a bunch of my other like tech, I have receipts for online.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be easy. But like, I'll just buy the necessary things, and then I just spend the rest replacing hot toys and getting new hot stuff.
Can finally get that Hulk Buster.
Oh no, I'm trying to get a Hulk.
A Hulk?
Just to like the Hulk from Avengers.
Which one? Like,
Sorry, the first Hulk.
oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That must be expensive by this point.
I don't know if it is. I think the one that's sought out after most is the Age of Ultron one, because he has like the clean cut pants that's not just like shredded.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the look I want.
You like the ripped pants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I don't like him when he's wearing like being prepared.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like the direction they're going with current Hulk for Avengers 4, where it's supposed to be like Professor Hulk. Is it Professor Hulk?
Yeah, that's usually the nickname they give him.
That's a stupid name.
Smart Hulk is another one. But yeah, and that was never my favorite Hulk. I don't know. I always liked the dumb Hulk that was just kind of like a battering ram that you aimed rather than like a thinking strong guy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, finally get my whole Avengers because get a Hulk, Widow. What do you think about Cap and his scale mail?
In the Avengers 4?
Yeah.
I'm not against it or anything like that. Like it's fine. I'm not like one of those people who are like, finally, like he's got his scale mail. But I liked his Civil War outfit. I think that's the best it's been. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just wish it had a little bit more white on the arms.
Yeah,
it's a good figure though. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good uniform.
You think you're gonna buy the Hot Toys version of Avengers 4 Cap? Or are you just gonna settle?
I don't know if I'm gonna buy any more Hot Toys for the time being. I don't really have anywhere to put them, and they cost a lot of money.
That's true. I guess I only display 2 at a time.
Yeah,
I
have 3, but they're always hidden behind a Cintiq.
Yeah. Do you even use that Cintiq?
Yeah, I use it every day for work.
Oh,
yeah. It's just not connected to my home computer.
For some reason, I assumed you never used it because you.
No. I use
your mouse for animating. I don't know.
I do. I just use it as a second screen, but.
Okay.
The occasional time I have to draw, which you never have to do anymore as an animator, but the occasional.
Does that disappoint you a little bit?
Not really, because I hate trying to match other people's styles.
That's fair.
And like whenever I have to draw, it's like this extra thing where I'm like you're mad at the designer for not having done his job, basically. Like she's like, man, I have to draw a hand because you didn't do a right one.
Good.
I went and saw Creed 2 on Sunday.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
What was that?
it was really good.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's a Rocky movie. Like
Yeah.
you haven't seen any of them, right?
No.
No,
Wait, I saw Rocky 1. Does that count?
that counts as a Rocky movie. Yeah.
I'm thinking, sorry, when I said does that count, it's because I finished the rest of that sentence in my head. I saw Rocky 1. I saw Rocky 1
He
for the
runs in
most
that.
part.
For the most part.
Yeah. I remember seeing him train, that montage, like leading up to the montage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next memory I have in that movie is him in the ring yelling, Adrian.
Adrian. Yeah.
But he looks completely beat the crap.
Oh yeah, just his face is mush.
So yeah, I probably saw that movie entirely, but I don't remember any of it.
Well, Rocky, I'm a huge fan of Rocky. And the reason why is when I was growing up, my dad had all these movies growing up. And so he'd introduce me to like all these great movies like Star Wars and
Yeah.
I don't know, Dune and Tommy Boy and stuff like that. And then as we grew up, my brothers would introduce me to movies and it'd be like The Matrix and Fight Club and stuff like that. And Rocky was the first movie that I discovered by myself, like the first good movie I discovered by myself. I watched it in my first year of college and it was just like, I'm just going to watch Rocky.
Whoa, I watched Rocky before you did?
Yeah, probably.
Cray.
And so anyway, so that like it kind of has a sentimental value and also like they're just good movies. And then so a few years ago, Ryan Coogler, who is now
Black Panther?
yeah, he's more famous now for directing Black Panther, but he went up to Stallone and whoever else owns the rights to Rocky and was like, "Hey, I want to do a Rocky sequel, but it's about Apollo Creed's son." Apollo Creed was the first boxer that Rocky fought in the first one. And he's like, and I just want to do a story about him and about him wanting to be like his dad and stuff like that. And so they made Creed, which was a fantastic movie.
I heard a lot of good things. I wanted to go see that, but yeah.
Yeah, and then they made a sequel because it did gangbusters at the box office. So, and so I went and saw that this weekend, and it was pretty darn good.
How would you rate it compared to Fantastic Beasts 2?
Oh, better.
If Fantastic Beasts was like a 5 out of 10, where
It's
would you?
closer to 10. I don't know.
Oh dang! All right.
Like I mean, again, granted, like I really love the Rocky movies,
Yeah.
and so I'm invested. Like I was gonna go see this movie, regardless. Like even if someone told me it was terrible, I would have gone and seen it. But yeah, I really like all the characters in it. This movie was about like fathers and failure, which I can relate to because I'm a failure.
Attaboy.
And then this one was cool because Dolph Lundgren was in it.
Yeah.
So he was a boxer that Rocky fought in
Rocky 2?
Rocky 4, I think.
Really?
And
Wow,
and he actually, his character killed Apollo Creed in the ring. And so this movie was about young Creed, Adonis Creed, fighting Ivan Drago's son in the ring. And then so it was just a really good movie. Yeah, like if you like Rocky movies, I definitely recommend it. But I mean, if you like Rocky movies, you're probably going to see it anyway. Yeah. But if you like sports movies, like
it's a good movie overall, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just
Who's the main character in that? Played by?
Michael B. Jordan.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, and then Stallone is in it as well. And Tessa Thompson plays it.
I don't know what that
Adonis Creed's wife. She was. She's been in a lot of things lately. I guess the one you know her from is Thor Ragnarok. She was Valkyrie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah, I cried a lot in the movie.
That makes sense. You are a crier.
Yeah. And there was a moment in it too where he was left with his baby daughter for the first time. Mm-hmm. Not overnight, but just like it was the first time he was watching her by himself.
Yeah.
And she just wouldn't stop crying. And I related to that. Like I was just like, because like it was exactly Like that happened exactly to me the first time I was left with a child. And it was just like, you just go through like the 5 stages of grief with them. And you're just like, you get angry with them and then you just like cry with them. And then like, yeah, there's denial. And
You know what still blows my mind? I remember when you guys were going through the process of like welcoming a baby into the world, and you were going through all these classes.
oh yeah,
And one of them was
prenatal classes.
yeah, and one of them was like you basically watched a video you were saying. It was titled "Don't Shake the Baby."
Yeah. Well, that was the thing is like
Like, should that have been a video, or could it have just been a sign, like just or a slide in a presentation?
you would think.
Like, what's the reasoning? It could kill the baby. All right, moving on.
Yeah, there was a lot of common sense stuff in it, but you would be surprised like how
Stupid people are.
yeah, like there was some questions in there that you just kind of go like, really, you didn't know that? I thought everyone knew that. All right, well, that's why you're here, to learn. Okay.
Yeah. Don't put the bags over their heads. Gotcha. Don't zip tie the bags to the neck. Gotcha.
Yeah, you don't shake them. Don't push the suicide button on the top. Yeah, that's
Don't put them in the dryer.
yeah.
I mean,
Feed them.
I heard that is a very efficient way to dry a child. Did you ever do that as a kid? Sit in the dryer and I turned it on?
No,
Oh.
that's not a shared experience.
Okay. Well, you have the door open, obviously.
How did it run then? If
Oh, you have someone outside holding, like putting like a stick in that little. It's like a.
this is an elaborate operation. No, I never had that.
Oh,
I had some guy try to put me in a dryer once, but I was too big for it.
That's
Being a fat kid paid off.
Well, like, I don't know. I think we found like my parents were just replacing the dryer in their place, and they had it just kind of off to the side. The reason being that it wouldn't heat up anymore. So I was like, all right, well, this is
It's
probably going to be safe. Worst case scenario, I get really dizzy.
Wasn't there a CSI where like they found a kid in a dryer? I don't know.
Yes, I remember that episode.
Yeah.
It was like a laundromat.
Yeah, and he had like all the burns on his face. And stuff. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted your story.
But it was a hell of an experience. I'm never going to forget spinning like probably the 10, 15 times and then trying to crawl out while it's still spinning.
Yeah.
Because the goal was like, all right, let's get it spinning, and then we have to try and like either sit still or crawl out. Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't know you
Imagine
as a
trying
child.
just picture halfway out of the dryer, and then you rotate another 180 degrees before you fall out.
That's yeah. I never did that. There was a game I played with my friends when I was younger. They had this room in their attic. It was like a bedroom that was like connected to another room, and then so that was the only way into that bedroom. Mm-hmm. We would put a mattress in the door frame, and one person would hold it up, and then 2 other people on the other side of the door would run at it full speed and try to knock it over. That was probably the most violent and dangerous game I played.
That's a strange game.
It was really fun because when you're holding the mattress, you have no idea when they're coming.
Oh, I see. So part of it's the anticipation.
What were we talking about? Creed 2. Yeah, I recommend it. Go watch it.
I gotta watch the first one still.
Yeah, we should watch all of them. I think you'd like them. Rocky 1 and 2 are more like dramas with a fight scene at the end.
Oh, so it's kind of like Fast and Furious, where like they think this is what they're going for, but then they figure out later on, nope, this is the niche we gotta lean into.
No.
Oh.
No, I see what you're saying. Like the first 2 are like more serious, and then the third one kind of gets more and more ridiculous as they go, and then they stopped making them, and then Stallone came back like 20 years later.
I wasn't sure if you're describing Rocky or Fast and Furious, because they get pretty ridiculous.
Yes, yeah, they do. But then Stallone came back like 20 years later or something like that, and did one where Rocky was in his 60s or something like that. And then that one was serious, and that's kind of been the tone since then. But they're really good movies.
So he came back and did a Rambo movie and a Rocky movie?
Oh, yeah.
How did I miss that?
They came out like right around the same time, too. I think Rocky Balboa came out, and then Rambo came out a few years later.
Oh, right. I remember that. I remember questioning that naming convention.
Yeah, because like that, I think that was the joke, was they're like, oh, what are you going to call the Rambo sequel? John Rambo? And they're like, no. We weren't going to call it that. Just call it Rambo.
That's even worse.
They're making another Rambo movie. Did you hear about that?
No.
I guess they're filming it right now.
Oh, well, that's.
I don't know if I want one or not, but
I've seen the first one. I don't know if I watched it with you guys.
probably.
Yeah, I remember it being a very different movie than what I was anticipating.
Yeah, it's not until like the second or third one they get really crazy.
Yeah.
I think the second one was the one that everyone kind of parodies and makes fun of.
Yeah.
But
Oh, speaking of sequels to movies that are really old, Top Gun. Top Gun 2.
yeah,
Aren't they filming that?
Yeah, I think so right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Top Gun 1 was like, that was like the movie my uncle and I watched a lot together.
Oh, yeah.
It was just one of those that we just have on because it would, not that we put it on, but like
It just
was just on TV.
turned on.
it was just on TV all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, not.
Um,
I could have said that better, but you know what I mean.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't see Top Gun until I was older, and so I don't have the same affinity for it. But yeah, I just love Tom Cruise, so he could make whatever, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm down. I'll watch that.
My uncle has the soundtrack for that movie on cassette.
On cassette.
And
Yeah, I guess it would be cassette.
yeah. I remember I used to pop that in every time we got into the truck.
Highway to the Danger Zone.
Actually, all the songs on that
Yeah.
are
Who
fantastic.
Who does Highway to the Danger Zone?
I should know this
I
by
want to say
now.
it's Rick Springfield, but that's definitely wrong. Can't remember. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. But that was bothering me because, like, I have it.
Oh,
But Danger Zone is done by Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins. That's who it is.
See, I watched enough Archer. I feel like that should be, like, burned into my memory by now. But yeah, it's Danger Zone followed by Mighty Wings and followed by Playing with the Boys. Also done by Kenny Loggins.
Playing with the boys. It's the most homoerotic volleyball game I've ever seen.
Fantastic playlist. I listened to that
Oh, yeah.
like probably 4 to 5 times driving to Nova Scotia this summer. Was it
Yeah.
last? All right. We're close to winter. Would you say last summer or this summer?
This is a very important conversation.
It is a very important conversation because I got called on this.
What would I say? I would say this summer.
Does that make
As
sense?
soon as
right?
you hit New Year's, it's last summer.
Yeah. See, that makes sense.
Yeah. Did you get corrected or something?
Yeah. I said like this summer. It's like this summer, like 2019 this summer. Like, no.
It's not 2019
That's
yet,
next
you
summer.
dingus.
Yeah. Like I say, yeah, it was just, yeah, I don't know. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I can't remember who even had that argument with. That was so how unimportant that was, but like it bothered me enough that I needed to bring it up now.
I hate that. I hate it when people correct you over dumb things. Not me. I hate it when people correct you.
You just get ticked off. You're sitting in your seat one day and just like, man, I'm really angry. I don't know why. Oh, it's probably Victor. He's probably getting corrected for something stupid.
It just grinds my gears. Oh, did you hear that the Call of Duty movie is getting a sequel? I know what you're thinking. There was a Call of Duty movie?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not out yet. They haven't even made it.
Oh, is this like the same idea that, like, you remember the guys who did is it Paramount that did Transformers?
Yes.
Whatever. And didn't they announce it's like, oh, we've got like 37 sequels planned, or some ridiculous number?
Well, basically, I was reading the story. They're making a Call of Duty movie. They have a director, I think. I can't remember who it is.
Also, I haven't filmed it yet.
No, but they don't have a cast. They don't have a distributor or anything like that. But they're like, we're going to hire somebody to write the sequel so that we can get started on the sequel as soon as we're done this. Like, as soon as we find out that it's a good movie or not. Like, it's just
That is,
why don't you just make one movie and see if it's good?
These are probably the same guys. These are probably guys that like plan their retirement based off of lottery money,
Yeah.
because it's gonna happen sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
Keep dropping their $20 to $50 every week.
I read an article about a guy who won after like 56 years or something playing the same numbers every day.
Oh no, he didn't win.
He didn't win?
No, I think he missed it one week, and his numbers had won.
What are the odds?
50. He said 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 52 weeks for 50 years, and then the 1 week you decided,
no,
no,
thanks.
not this week. and they call your numbers out.
That's funny. Did you see the new Captain Marvel promo pics?
I did not.
No. Well, that would have been something fun to talk about.
Oh,
No, it's okay. There's just some that showed her in her helmet, like with the red and.
Is it like?
blue.
Would it be like? How accurate is it to the comics?
I'd say pretty accurate. Like she's got the mohawk, sort of. Like I mean, it's just her long hair, but it's forced through a space in the helmet. But she's got the mohawk with it.
What do you think that space is for? They didn't design it as like, oh yeah, she's got long hair.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the Kree helmets usually
good.
have kind of like a mohawk to them, right? Like not hair mohawk, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know, what would you call that on a helmet? Like a middle ridge?
I have no idea.
No, I don't know pieces of a helmet.
I'm not a
Visor,
freaking technician.
chin strap. There's two. Yeah, you know what?
It looks good. I'm happy with that.
We haven't talked about Captain Marvel, at least on the podcast. What do you think about it based on the trailer?
I like that shares the same opinion as I do with old people.
Yeah,
Don't smile at me.
it's probably a
Beat
scroll,
down.
right? I should hope so anyway.
It'd be hilarious. It's just like, nope, that's just, yep. She's just
I
having
really
a rough
hope
day.
the scene is that she's chasing a Skrull and she chases him onto the subway or whatever she is on the train, and she sees the grandma and she smiles at her, punches her out, and the Skrull is behind her. It's just like,
He's like, dude, I know you were expecting a fight, but come on.
she at least
least
killed a woman.
Scroll just like disappears. It's like,
Just
nope.
slowly backs out of the room.
Yeah, I'm not ready to commit to this.
Whew, I can't be here when the police show up. I got priors.
But yeah, no, it looks good. I don't know. I'm a little worried it's gonna be the same thing as Doctor Strange. You know, when Doctor Strange came out, everyone was kind of burnt out on the whole origin story,
Yeah.
and then like Spider-Man kind of switched things up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not really, kind of, but like, yeah,
Like kind of. Like, I mean, in the fact that there wasn't an origin story.
yeah.
Same thing with Black Panther.
Black Panther, it still kind of felt like it was following the
I guess so.
script a little bit. Like, gets a bunch of cool stuff, loses all of it, comes back.
But he doesn't have the same. I mean, with Doctor Strange, I think people were right in the fact that like he's very similar to Tony Stark. Like his arc was pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. Like he was selfish and arrogant and became selfless. Like, but yeah, Black Panther, he was already kind of a little bit altruistic already. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping like this will be interesting because then it sounds like she's just discovering or remembering who she was
yeah,
when she was back on Earth. So I don't know. Hoping it'll play out like a little more interesting than like an origin story, because it kind of is.
yeah, and I kind of wonder too, because they've kept under wraps Jude Law's character, and so everyone kind of assumed he was Marvel, but now everyone's thinking that he's
Skrull.
not a Skrull. There's a guy named Jan Rag, I think it is, and he was the one who actually gave her powers.
Oh,
And so I wonder if it's going to be like a plot of like she disobeys orders to go to Earth for a mission or something, and they're like, hey, don't go to Earth. And then she goes and like remembers her life, and then at the end, like that's who she's fighting is Jude Law, because it's like, you did this to me. I had a family and stuff.
I flew really fast planes.
I was a fighter pilot.
Oh, did you notice the article saying that it was an article with an interview for the Russo brothers, and they kind of hinted that Chris Evans might not be done with Captain America.
Yeah, I just saw that right before I came over here. That's exciting.
Yeah,
Cap's my favorite character in the MCU, so
same.
yeah. So I would be down for more of him.
You think it'd be more like smaller roles, like just him being at Shield?
I would prefer
Avengers?
that. Yeah, like if like because I think it was Kevin Feige who said, because something about like when they were talking about how Avengers 4 is going to be the ending of things, and he kind of responded to it. It's just like, well, everyone assumes that means people are going to die, and it's just like if you look at say Star Trek: The Next Generation, he said that series finale was just that Picard finally went and played poker with his crew, and like that was the ending.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I think you should keep that in mind when you're with your expectations. And I kind of dig that because I really like the characters. Like, I mean, if it serves the story, then fine if they have to die. But like, I don't want them to kill off them just because their contracts are done.
Yeah. It'd be cool just like you'd see a glimpse of him at like, I can't picture him like being a desk guy, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, just like he's in the background or whatever. And like maybe you do a Captain America Sam Wilson movie and
More about Sam Wilson.
yeah, and
Cap
he's just
in the back.
you know, he doesn't have to get
Taking the back
jacked for it. Like he can just
He wears a muscle suit.
yeah, sure.
See him get punched and just the fist just squishes into the torso.
Yeah, I would be fine with that. Like I prefer him to stick around. Like I don't, you know, in the completely like sentimental way, I don't want any of them to die.
Yeah.
I like them all.
But yeah, it would be a more believable universe if the characters lasted longer than like 10 years each.
Yeah, exactly. And like, although like I can't see Cap going off in the sunset and
Retiring.
and, you know, trying to start a family or whatever. Like that doesn't serve his character. Like his character, to really fulfill his arc, he needs to die in battle.
Yeah.
Like that's the tragedy of that character. He can never hang up the shield.
But I mean,
But
he dropped it.
he can miss the hanger and it'll hit the floor, but he can never hang it up. Like that's part of his hubris, is that he can't walk away from the fight if he knows what he thinks is right, needs to be done. So I it would be very believable if he died.
Came back as a Force Ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what about the idea of the Russo brothers coming back to direct Secret Wars?
I would freaking love that.
I actually don't know much about Secret Wars.
Secret Wars is one of my favorite storylines.
I have a rough idea what it is, but I get the feeling I'm wrong. And all I remember really clearly is that Spider-Man gets his symbiote from that.
Yeah. Basically, it's a person called the Beyonder takes all these heroes and villains and brings them to a planet.
How accurate was the animated series adaptation of that?
Which one?
Where Spider-Man animated series.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, the Beyonder comes in, takes a bunch of Earth superheroes, and
He brings them to
villains.
a planet, and they're just supposed to do battle with each other. I mean, that sounds accurate. I don't know.
But it was mainly Spider-Man villains with a Red Skull in there, and then you'd have like Cap, Iron Man, Black Widow would be there. Iceman.
Yeah. I haven't read it in a few years, but what I remember, it's Spider-Man and some of the Avengers. Iron Man is there, but it's Rhodey in the suit. Hulk is there, but he's Smart Hulk.
Oh, that's interesting.
They bring the X-Men and Magneto. Fantastic Four are there. And then Galactus is there. Ultron is there. Lizard and Dr. Octopus, I think. And then there's a few... Absorbing Man is there.
Sounds like a very high-class villain.
Who else is there? But they end up... There's two women are created. Volcana and Titania.
Terrible names.
I like Titania. That's a cool name. Molecule Man, who is like, and Doctor Doom. But Molecule Man is like this really powerful bad guy who is like the reluctant bad guy, which kind of works for him because like he can control all molecules. So if he was actually evil, like he would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
But
so you just like, alter your molecules, turn you from
he can basically do anything. Like he's just kind of all powerful.
And you're a giant pile of turd.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like he could just change your molecules and be like, no, you're feces.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
But anyway,
it's
so
like a better Magneto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so they end up like splitting off into factions. Like the villains all go one way, Magneto joins the X-Men, and they go on their own way, and the heroes go their own way, and then they just kind of like end up fighting each other and stuff. And there's like just cool stuff that happens in it. Like Galactus is there, but he refuses to fight.
Interesting.
And Ultron, I don't think works. I think they like bring him, and he just shuts down. He can't fight. But
and I'm tired of this already. Sleep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the anime series, it's pretty similar actually. Well, it's just mainly villains. Like you had the Avengers. There's the Fantastic Four there. I remember one scene specifically that like it was at the point where Iron Man still had the issue where like he needs his suit to live, so like his suit would like lose power, and it would play it off as like him not play out, but like they would show basically like he's dying without the suit, so they need to like fix it. And yeah, they have Doctor Doom there, which he kind of does his own thing, started his own like utopia.
Yeah, Doctor Doom ends up stealing the Beyonder's powers.
Yeah, that was in there too.
Oh
wow, they stuck to it pretty quickly. They're pretty closely then.
Yeah, so I would be really into it if they did it. However, I don't know. Like, nobody knows what the state of the MCU will be after Avengers.
It'd be cool as like a one-off movie. Like at the end, everyone just had their memories wiped, that they did in the show. I don't know if they did this in the comics, but like,
no, they didn't.
Only certain people had their memories. Like I think Spider-Man was the only person that kept his memory.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like a test for him to see if he could lead a team, and then that transitioned into like the animated series version of Spider-Verse, where they had a bunch of other Spider-Man come in to fight.
Which series was this?
The 1990s animated series.
Really?
Yeah.
But they had other Spider-Man in it?
Yeah. Well, that was his last arc of the show itself. So like they did the Secret Wars, and that transitioned into like, I'm just gonna call it Spideyverse.
Yeah.
And then after that, it basically ended the show. Yeah, I think there was only 2 seasons of that show.
Okay.
What you drinking there, Josh?
Side lunch?
Side lunch?
It's a craft beer. I'm gonna try it. Anyway, keep talking while I pour.
I think it was gonna overflow. But yeah, no, I'm kind of surprised. I thought those arcs were made specifically for that show, but
no, I think what makes Secret Wars significant, I think we talked a little bit about it when we did our Venom podcast, but it was, as far as I know, it was the first crossover event that was like specifically like its own book. Like it wasn't like Spider-Man showing up in the Fantastic Four or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it'd be cool if they just did like a one-off movie. Like they just had it'd be an opportunity to bring back like the Red Skull and like any villains that have died.
Yeah,
for like a one-off thing, and then at the end,
I kind of hope they do that in the future. Like, I mean, like because there's a Black Widow movie they're making, and I would be interested in 1. I don't know. I don't want to see 3. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You don't need 3.
At this point, I'm like, why? I would prefer it if you just did like one character and just did one.
Like my reasoning is that like I like Black Widow as a character in the MCU, but I don't need 3 movies of her. And if I like them enough, I wouldn't. Like if you gave me the choice between, hey, would you like 2 more Black Widow movies, or would you like us to focus on someone like Nova or Moon Knight? I would 100% choose those, because we've seen Black Widow. Like if we hadn't seen Black Widow at all in the MCU,
well, it's kind of too late, right? Like they've kind of. I think everyone's been calling for a Black Widow movie since Iron Man 2 when she debuted, but now it's kind of like they're just getting around to it.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't what they did with like Hulk though, because they were saying that like they couldn't promise him any like a movie, but they were saying like go out and pick 3 of your favorite like Hulk stories, and then we try to incorporate them into whatever movies that Mark Ruffalo was in.
Yeah, and I think that's more though because there's a rights issue with that, because Universal owns the distributing rights to Hulk, I think, and so they can't make a Hulk solo movie without Universal's approval, basically.
Right.
And either I don't know. I think Hulk did okay when it came out. The Incredible Hulk, the one with Edward Norton.
I watched it again, like within the last month.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, like I enjoyed it enough. Like I wouldn't put it up there in my top 10, but
yeah, it's pretty good. And so, but I just mean I don't think that either that experience was like Universal pushed back too much, or they just like having their own autonomy and like having full creative control. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly.
More cooks in the kitchen. It's just, it screws things up. So, but apparently, they just don't do that. That's why he's only ever shown up in Avengers movies or Thor movies since.
That makes sense. But still, I like to think they did the same thing for like Black Widow or Hawkeye.
Yeah,
but now I think
about
to see
more Hawkeye though.
Yeah,
I really like Hawkeye. I'm probably a minority, but I think Hawkeye is just so cool.
I liked him for a brief period in the comics when he was getting his own like solo.
You mean the Matt Fraction run? Like that My Life as a Weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like those.
Yeah.
Well, the art in it played a huge factor in it too.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Cool run.
Yeah, I guess think about it. I don't think Hawkeye or Black Widow had the same stories that Hulk had screen wise.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be excited to see a Black Widow Hawkeye movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for. I hope Hawkeye shows up in her movie because I just love more Hawkeye.
More Hawkeye.
I was kind of hoping too that Winter Soldier might be the villain for it, but
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. They didn't say anything about that, right? Because it's going to take place year 2000 or 1999. Because they're dealing
that's
with
what I
Y2K,
heard.
right?
I don't know if that's true or not, but there was a breakdown of characters like that were going to be in it,
Yeah.
and like none of it was like substantial that like pointed towards anybody. But and of course they wouldn't be looking for cast for like if they were going to use the Winter Soldier as a villain, they wouldn't be like, hey, we need to find someone to play the Winter Soldier because they already have him, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, speaking of the Avengers 4, twice now since the last episode, the trailer was supposed to drop.
Yeah, now the same Thursday. I just saw it on the when I was going through my phone.
Yeah, like I think it was last Friday that it was supposed to drop, and then it didn't. And then everyone thought it was going to drop last night because the Russo brothers, the directors of Infinity War and Avengers 4, were doing a screening of Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then a Q&A after.
Yeah.
And so everyone thought that there was going to be a trailer last night. And so last night I was on Twitter because it was in California. So I was like, should I go to bed or is there going to be a trailer? Or like, what's
going on?
What's going on the deal? So I was like looking on trailer and I was searching hashtag Avengers 4 trailer.
Yeah.
It is like ridiculous how petty and like greedy people are about this. Like granted, I'm excited for a trailer, but at the same time, like people are just ridiculous. Like, give us the trailer, and like doing like at Robert Downey Jr. and just like, hey, maybe you could get us the trailer, and like
because
like,
he has
bothering
complete
Mark
say.
Ruffalo and Kevin Feige. Like Kevin Feige, I don't know why he ever joined Twitter, like because he joined after the MCU was the thing, and like
I'm assuming it was like just to kind of keep promoting stuff,
or maybe to contact celebrities, do
Like
private messages. I don't know. But anyway, people are so petty about it. And it's just like, it's a movie. I get it. Like, I'm excited for it too, but I'm not bothering Robert Downey Jr. about it. Like,
yeah, that's a good way to get fucking blocked. Like, yeah, I'm just like I type in. Like,
and I thought that was bad. But then I read today that people are like downvoting or disliking any Marvel video that they released that's not the trailer.
oh, that's stupid.
Like, it's just like, come on. Like, how petty are you?
I just typed in the hashtag Avengers 4 trailer, and the first picture is, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Nebula is trying to reach for this fruit.
Oh, the it's not ripe thing?
Yeah. She's like, it's labeled like Gamora's like, or Nebula's like fans. And the fruit is the Avengers 4 trailer. And next panel is Drax, Marvel Studios. It's not ready yet.
Yeah. It's also one of those things too, like I would like to see a trailer, but at the same time, what are they really going to show? Like, I'm going to see the movie anyway. It would be nice to have some idea of what's going to happen in the movie, but...
You remember that crap they did with like the extended look from Iron Man 3?
Oh, when it was just Robert Downey Jr. mugging to the camera?
Yeah, just like extended look. He just takes off his glasses, just stares at the camera for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be funny if they did something cheeky like that.
Yeah. That was a big Marvel talk.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a few more things and then wrap it up?
Sure.
So the reactions for Aquaman came in.
I hear they were quite positive.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Like, I mean, not perfect, but positive.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Actually, one thing that caught my eye was, and it's weird because like ever since we started doing this podcast, I've stopped looking at
really?
comicbookmovie.com. I don't really care.
I only have like 5 sites that I go to every day. Like, so if I cut out one, it's like a pretty boring day for me.
But one thing that caught my eye was like Aquaman's like the first movie that kind of feels like an MCU movie, which to me, I'm
like a good movie.
Yeah, that's kind of I took it as like it's enjoyable, not perfect, but enjoyable. Because that's kind of what all the other movies have been. They've been mostly enjoyable, but like for the most part, it seems like they're trying too hard.
Yeah, they're trying to be their own thing, and it's very obvious.
Yeah,
yeah. Which we'll get to, because I guarantee you we will talk about each and every DC movie that has been made at
Yeah,
some
let
point.
me save us some time. They're all terrible.
Not all of them. I like Wonder Woman.
Okay, all of them but Wonder Woman are terrible.
Yeah, I thought you liked Man of Steel though.
Ah, dang it, Josh! You're ruining this for. All right.
Actually, stepping all over your bit. I didn't like Man of Steel, but Victor did.
I still think that might be my favorite. I can't talk to.
We have to talk about it then, because I hate it. So
I don't get it.
yeah, we'll talk about it one day. Anyway, so Aquaman reactions.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I wonder whether I'll like it or not, because I really don't like Jason Momoa's take on the character.
You remember how I said I wasn't sure that he would be able to carry a movie on his own? That was like one of the big comments I kept seeing. Like, he carried this movie. He steals the show. He is 100% the focus of the movie.
So there you go. Your needs were met.
Yeah, I'm happy then.
I don't know. I'm excited to see it now. But yeah. And then Into the Spider-Verse had some reactions.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
It was apparently very glowing. Like everyone is like best animated movie of the year, best superhero movie of the year, one of the best movies of the year.
I saw a clip with like him and Miles or Peter and Miles, like learning teaching Miles how to swing.
Oh yeah,
and I'm so pumped. If the movie is like anything like that scene,
it looks great. I'm really excited for it. They're so happy with it. They already announced they're gonna make a sequel.
You know, I'm hoping that Sony will be like, wow, this made a lot of money. You know what we should do? We should stick to animated stuff with Spider-Man.
I would like that too.
And hey, Marvel, why don't you deal with Spider-Man in the MCU?
I think that would be a good idea. That for now, just let the MCU have Tom Holland. Mm-hmm. They can do their Venom movie stuff, which, by the way, they announced 2 more.
No.
They announced the Venom. They didn't announce the Venom 2. They announced they set release dates for 2 Marvel movies. So one can assume one of them is Venom 2 and the other one is Morbius, which is the next one that was in development.
I'm curious enough about Morbius.
Oh, I'm not. I never liked that character, and I don't like Jared Leto, so don't care at all.
Oh, I was only curious because it's Jared Leto. And like the way he played the Joker, I mean, if he was as weird and creepy, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Just didn't fit Joker. But Morbius? Well, maybe if he doesn't have his stupid like vampire tattoo on his hand with like the teeth. Hey, look at me. I'm a vampire.
His vampire tattooed on his forehead.
Mm-hmm. Talks like Count Chocula.
Yeah. he only eats that. And then, they announced a Spider-Woman animated movie they're going to make. And so they don't know whether that means Spider-Gwen from the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
Or if it's like Jessica Drew, or if it's like a bunch of them.
Wait, just briefly fill me in. Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. Mm-hmm. What are her powers? Stick to walls?
She can stick to walls. I think she has pheromones that she can like use to. There's
a lot of jokes I can make there, but I'm going to be an adult.
I think it's like to influence people is the word I was looking for, and I think she can like shoot like plasma or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really sure what. Because I haven't read a lot with her. Yeah. Honestly, the only thing I've ever read her in is like Avengers event comics or like Into the Spider.
Because like I don't know. All I know of her is that like
Spider-Geddon or whatever.
She has like the ability to stick to walls. She's good at infiltrating.
Well, she used to work for Hydra. That was her backstory. She worked for Hydra and then she defected to the good guys, Shield.
Yeah,
let's call him Shield.
And then like I had no idea, like is she just like a regular strength human being? I
think she has some heightened strength.
Because that would
I don't know. I like her as a character, but I've not enough to know about her powers or anything.
Yeah,
she always wore those like really skin tight outfits.
Yeah,
you're just like you're just. Is this just painted on?
It's 100% painted on.
Yeah. She's one of the most sexualized Marvel characters, I think.
What about
Wolverine?
Yes.
He's the second one. Him and the hairiness. Did you see the new Gojira pick?
No.
It's nothing.
Is this the Godzilla versus King Kong movie?
No, it's the one before it. It's Godzilla King of the Monsters. So it has
Mothra?
What's that?
Is it Mothra?
Mothra's in it and Rodan. and Rodan's the bird, right?
Yeah. Well, bird-like dragon thing.
And then is it King Ghidorah, the 3-headed dragon?
Really? They're doing 3 monsters?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, my curiosity has spiked for this.
I don't know who's in it. I think
What do you mean? You get the main characters right there.
yeah, I guess the humans don't matter. I think Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things is in it. The 11? Yeah.
Okay. Is it weird that I know that name? But like I don't know actors' names at all.
But you know, like the
Like if you ask me
14-year-old girl, it's a little weird if you put it in that context.
Yeah, if you made it like that, yeah, it does sound weird.
No, but I think that's
Just
the
a weird
only one
name.
I know that's in it, I think. Did you watch the new Kong movie? Kong Skull Island, I think it was called.
I watched a little. Is that the one with Jack Black?
No, not the Peter Jackson one. The new one, the one that had Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Oh, yes.
And Tom Hiddleston.
Yes. I don't
Hiddleston?
see how that King Kong is going to be a challenge for Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because he's not that big.
Up to
Godzilla's
is
massive.
like his waist or even less.
It would be less.
Like his kneecap.
Yeah, but like mid-thigh maybe. Max.
Now I kind of want to see that.
It's be fucking weird. It'd be like having like a small kitten attack you.
I don't know. It's like one of those franchises that it's like none of them have been amazing, but I'm kind of excited to see the next one. But when it comes out, like I'm not like these people on Twitter being like, "Where's the trailer?"
I'm excited, but yeah, I'm not gonna have my hopes up for tomorrow because apparently it's tomorrow, but we'll see. I've been disappointed enough.
All right.
Honestly, actually, I completely forgot about that trailer until people were complaining about it not showing up that day.
Which one?
The Avengers 4 trailer last week.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, but I can wait. You know what I mean? Speaking of trailers, we'll wrap it up with this. Did you see the Lion King trailer?
I did.
What'd you think?
So growing up, I never watched the Disney movies. Like I saw Lion King.
What?
I know. I saw the Lion King, and I saw Aladdin. I saw them both once.
Did you see them like in a theater or like a friend's house or something?
My cousin's house.
Okay.
VHS, old school TV.
I think The Lion King was my first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not like my first movie I watched, like my first movie I owned. Like I think my dad just came home one day with the VHS and was like, "This is Josh's movie." I was like, "Okay, never seen it. Is it good?" But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I was a weird kid growing up. Like everyone loved Disney movies. Like, there's no way that like people hated it, but like as soon as the singing started, it annoyed me.
Really?
Yeah, like 7-year-old me, like Aladdin starts singing. Nope, I don't want to watch this. I want to go play with my toys. Like thinking about it now,
fair.
like I think all I watched was like Land Before Time. I watched the crap out of. Land
like
Before
Land
Time
Before
1.
Time.
I watched every weekend.
Littlefoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of the place they lived?
Ah, crap.
What were they looking for? I can't remember. They were long necks,
Yeah. I remember
sharp
like,
tooths, where the T-Rex is.
and
Anyway,
then there's Sarah the Triceratops, Ducky the
Ducky.
weird duck-looking thing.
I had a toy of the one that didn't talk,
Oh,
one that ate everything.
the Stegosaurus.
No, he was. Well, if he was a Stegosaurus, he didn't grow his plates yet.
No.
The one that hung out with the little one.
Yeah, but the little one was Ducky, and then there was Pidgey the pterodactyl. Was it? Is that right?
I thought Ducky was the pterodactyl.
No, he was the duck-billed looking thing.
The girl? Yeah. Okay.
And then
What was the big one? The big green one? Kind of like the
Sarah
no,
Petrie was the pterodactyl.
Petrie. Okay. And then what was the big one that always had like the sleepy eyes?
Sarah. Wait, no.
No, Sarah was the
Ceratops.
Triceratops. Yeah.
Dang it.
He ate everything.
Yeah. Why is Spike?
Spike. That's it. That's why I couldn't remember. It's just like a generic '90s dog-like character name.
Yeah, or Buffy Vampire.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I never watched it was Land Before Time, Batman movies, superhero movies,
Yeah.
or Transformers.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
No, we had a few Disney movies. Like it wasn't.
Oh, and Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commando.
We had a few, and Lion King, as I said, was mine, and like my sister had 101 Dalmatians, and
I couldn't stand that movie. It's the idea of having 101 dogs.
I know it doesn't make sense once I have them.
Get
all.
out of here.
Like, I think someone broke it down. It's like the amount of feces alone, like from 101 dogs in a day, is like ridiculous amounts that you'd have to deal with.
Yeah, imagine like feeding them. Like I think.
Yeah, you would be out of house and home by like, the end of the week.
Yeah, I remember like a bag of dog food for like a good size bag of dog for Lucy was like it last her 3 weeks.
Yeah, and
So-
she was what, a whippet?
Yeah, she's whip
Like
it.
a little tiny
cool.
bit.
Yeah, she was a medium-sized dog.
Yeah,
She didn't eat much. But it's like,
yeah,
so you go through that in a week, maybe.
yeah. You'd be buying like more than 6 dog food bags a day.
Yeah,
Anyway, they
Yeah,
should have set them out to adopt them.
yeah. That well, like yeah, I had that thought process as a kid.
As a kid.
8 or 9 year old kid, it's like that doesn't make sense.
Anyway, but we're talking about Lion King. What did you think about the trailer?
I liked it. I like that it seems like they're gonna just take that story, translate it into a more modern visual, and maybe do a few tweaks in here. But it's not like, hey, we're gonna take the spirit of Lion King and do our own thing.
Okay.
Because I think the same thing. It goes back to like the Transformers designs thing. It's like, oh, we don't think the original is gonna work, so we're gonna do our own designs and do this crazy robotic alien looking thing.
Yeah.
But then it turns out people like the original stuff. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Hollywood is realizing that people like it for what it is and they don't need it to be rebooted.
Yeah.
If that's the right word for it.
Well, I have some qualms with it,
All right.
but really it's just I did like the trailer, and I am excited to see it because Jon Favreau is directing it. Yeah. But basically they just showed scenes that look basically shot for shot from the animated version. And like that's the thing too, is like they're calling it live action. It's not.
No.
It's
Super CGI.
It's photoreal CGI. There's not a single live action character in that story, unless they're gonna just insert Mowgli or something like that. But they're not. So
Well, you never know. Maybe Pumbaa is going to be a real dude.
he'll be Seth Rogen.
Yeah, it'll be Seth Rogen.
just naked Seth Rogen, and he's just hanging out with a meerkat. But yeah, so that's basically it. It's just that, like, why are you making this? Because it's not live action. You're just animating it, but you have better computers now. But Jon Favreau took the Jungle Book,
Yeah.
and made it better than the animated version.
Mm-hmm.
And he does often. He's had some misses, but he has more hits than misses, and so. Yeah, I'm
But do you think this is going to be like part of a full, like a bigger universe? Kind of like, because they're redoing. No?
No, not at all. I know they're redoing everything else, but it's more just a cash grab.
Yeah.
I don't think they're tying anything into each other. Honestly, I think the time of the cinematic universe is done. Like people, like Marvel will still continue to do it, but I think everyone has kind of had their shot at it and been like,
Nope, we suck at this.
We screwed that up, so we're not going to try it again.
Like the Mummy universe, the Mummy Monsters universe.
Yeah. Like even DC is kind of moving in towards like, we'll just do one-offs, and if they connect to each other, great. But, we'll have a Joker movie where Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker, and then we'll have, a Birds of Prey movie where Jared Leto is the Joker and whatever.
Ugh.
So, I mean, which positive and negatives to both.
Yeah. Just crushing dreams of everyone who wants a Justice League universe that's
Good.
unified.
Yeah. But anyway,
all right. Do you want to
wrap it up?
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, guys. This has been actually the first episode that we've done that isn't focused on a movie or a video game or one
thing.
one solid subject.
Yeah.
That's a nice change.
Yeah. Let us know if you like it.
Yeah.
You can contact the show at averageuninformed@gmail.com.
Is it average number or
Yeah, I checked
you
it.
converted it.
There's no the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll post that in the link below. Thanks for listening.
Bye.